Good morning. This is Joyce at Amazing Grace Wolf's Homestead. We're glad you're here with us today. I've got several things that's going on. I'm preparing for Soul Sisters, which is tomorrow, and we are doing a sort of like a breakfast brunch. And so today we're going to be creating quiche. I've got two different types of quiche that I want to experiment with and to get cooked today. And also using my homemade yogurt, we're going to be making chocolate covered strawberry yogurt pops. And at the ending of this video, we will have a picture on the thumbnail of the finished products. Plus, I had already made granola this morning. I've made that for you before. And I am going to be making homemade bread, so that'll be made later on this afternoon. I have a video for that, so just scroll down and look for that. And so until we get all of it together, we can get that picture in there for you. We will do that today. It's sunshiny, the wind's blowing. It's a good day in the Lord. So let's get started doing what we need to do. I have already prepared my freezer pop, silicone freezer pop molds. I have already put chocolate on the inside of them and put them in my little freezer. I still have over here on the stove, I have my chocolate. It is in a double pan, just melted, just trying to keep it melted till the freezer pops, I get them finished, and then I will go back over them with chocolate. Now, to start off getting our yogurt pops made, I am going to pour in, and this homemade yogurt is just it's not real thin, but it's thin enough that I can work with it to make it for the pops. Since I have found that I can make yogurt, I absolutely love it. This is my 4th time in making yogurt, and I thoroughly enjoy it. And you can find the video where I was getting my yogurt set up and getting it ready to make. I have put in 1 whole pint of yogurt. I'm also, my fresh strawberries, I have them sliced, and I would say there's probably 5 cups here. So I'm going to put roughly 2.5 cups of strawberries in this. Okay, and then I'm going to, I have half and half on hand. You can use regular milk, you could use cream, but today I have half and half on hand, so I'm fixing to use half and half. I always smell my milk. It's a habit. And I'm going to put probably about 2/3, 3/4 of a cup. And then I'm going to step over here and get my maple syrup, because maple syrup is how I sweeten my yogurt pops. So we're going to put in probably a 1/4 cup, an 1/8 to a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. That's all the sweetener that I'll need. I'm using my Ninja. Okay. Now, I apologize ahead of time because this is going to get just a little bit loud. Let's see what we got. Scrumptious. Now, I'm going to get the pops. My Mo's is a 10 popsicle. We love McDonald's coffee. And I do want to let everybody know I'm not affiliated with any company, any business or anything, and I don't receive anything from anyone. But we like coffee. So when we get our coffee, we bring the extra cups home that we get, and I rinse them out so that I can use them for like so. And then when I get ready for ice cream, instead of eating ice cream, which I love ice cream, I eat yogurt, frozen yogurt. I want to give this a good rinse. Let me get my little popsicle sticks. And you can use regular popsicle sticks, but this was new to me, and since it was a special occasion of making these for Soul Sisters, I decided just to use these little things. Okay, now we're going to get them in the freezer. I need another hand. Right, we're going to slide them right in there. And then I'm going to put my tops on. And I'm going to flip that little top back. And these will keep for 3 to 4 weeks in your freezer when you do them like in these little cups. They don't last that long here. Let me give them a little. All right. Okay. We're going to move on and we're going to get started on our quiche. So I've already started. I have 2 crusts here that I have heated in the oven for 7 to 10 minutes already. Now you can make your own crust or you can buy a crust, pre-made crust, and that's exactly what I did. I just picked up a couple of pre-made crust at the grocery store, so it'd be quicker for me to get this done. I'm starting off with 3 eggs, and I'm going to whisk these up a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to add 3 cups of hash browns, thawed. And I'm going to stir that up. Now the reason I'm making 2 is that I'm going to make one with all the trimmings that I've got for it today, but I'm also going to make one that's going to be simple with just cheese for those that doesn't like peppers and onions and spinach. You'll find the recipe below the video in the description box. Okay, now I'm going to add my cut up bacon. And this will be for the ones that eats pork. We do have, including myself, I don't eat pork. So I know that there are others that might not eat. So we always have one that doesn't have any type of meat in it. So we're going to get that bacon stirred up in there. And then we're going to add our salt. I'm going to put about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And my son tells me I get too happy with shaking the pepper. So I'm just going to do a couple of shakes. All right. And then I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of chopped red pepper, a 1/2 cup of spinach that has been cut up, and a 1/2 cup of chopped onion. Isn't that pretty? And now I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of cream. Give this a good stir. Okay, and then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of butter. Now it called for melted butter, but I have softened butter, so I'm going to use my softened butter. So that's a tablespoon, and that's a tablespoon, and that's a tablespoon. And that's going to work out just good because when I make the other one, I'll have enough of the butter there to put in it. So I'm going to leave that sitting there. So I'm going to stir this up. Now, for the last thing that I'm going to be adding to this is I'm going to add a cup of cheese. I chose it particularly on this one, and I'll use it on the next one as well. This is 3 cheeses. It's a Mexican 3 cheese. So that's what I'm putting in here. Grated Mexican cheese. And I'm going to stir that up. And I'm going to place it in this pie crust. Isn't that beautiful looking? This is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Get that little piece of spinach in there. Yeah. All right, now we're going to start back. And we're going to make the plain one. So, instead of just 3 eggs, I'm going to add 4 eggs to this one. These shells are just a little thin. Makes it easier to open, but you got to be careful. And this one is the 4th one. And I may add another one or 2. Let me grab my dish towel. I like to keep my hands wiped off. Okay. Now let's just Now on this one here, I'm going to go ahead and add my milk. Since we don't have all the vegetables and the meat and everything that's going into this one, I'm going to go ahead and add my milk. And I spilt milk on my recipe. And things like this happen in the kitchen. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stir that up good. One, two. Salt and pepper. Hash browns. butter. Okay, and we're going to give this a good stir. Getting that butter mashed up good. And we're going to put that into this one. Now, I have preheated my oven to 350, and we're going to place these right into that preheated oven. Okay, folks, we'll see you back in just a few minutes. Well, we're back, and we got the quiches. They're all complete. Actually, I made an extra quiche, and there will be a picture of the quiches on a thumbnail, and then the yogurt, strawberry chocolate yogurt popsicles, they're in the big freezer, so it'll be tomorrow before I'll be able to pull them out and see how that worked. And that is the first time I've ever used those molds, so I'll let you know how those molds went. I wanted to get to the word of the day, and the word of the day you will find in Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 9, and it says in the King James Version, "Know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations." I want to take time to praise the Lord today. My husband and I, he had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and many of you have no idea, but my husband has been wrestling with different ailments for a pretty good while. He's got 14 stents throughout his body. I think there's 11 of them in his heart. He had open heart surgery. He had bypass surgery twice on his neck, and he had a round with kidney failure due to medications being on them for a prolonged time. But he recently had a round with being anemic, and his blood level and his kidneys almost shutting down. But I give God praise, and this is why I do, because God always hears and answers prayer. And God is able to do anything. He's able to do things that there is no way that I can do. And I give him praise because we got good reports yesterday. His blood work is back to normal. His kidneys is functioning much better and back to normal. And his breathing is better. He does have congestive failure, heart failure, but he's doing so much better. He's gaining weight, and his body's making blood. His kidneys are functioning. And so I give honor and I give praise unto my Lord. And I'm thankful today. I'm thankful for everything that the Lord does for us. And I don't want to ever take any day slightly. I don't want to take life slightly because it's a gift from God. And I appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you so much for taking time out in your day just to see how our day is going. The quiches went and come out beautiful. And like I said, I actually made a third one. And that one is done gone. I mean, every bite of it is history. So we are the bread is on the oven, and you've seen me make that bread before, and we're just thrilled that everything is turning out. And the fruit, we've got the fruit all ready, and tomorrow we know that God will bless with a good day. God is for us and not against us, and I want to leave you with that note. And we want to thank you for being with us. And until we see you next week, we've got more things lined out. Until we see you next week, you have a blessed weekend. And we'll come back more with more things that we're working and doing on the homestead. Bye-bye.